Alright, baby dinosaurs, what's the plan for today? Let's all done with the Godzilla. But I don't wanna watch Fallen Kingdom and pretend it's a good movie. And we're definitely too little to take over the world. Yet, anyways.
Well, hello there.
No, Space Godzilla, I'm not falling for your tricks again. Gonna take more than rock candy to get me inside of that van.
What are you talking about? Totally didn't come to steal you and all your friends.
Oh yeah, then what's that in the passenger seat?
Not a clue what you're talking about. But anyways, if you could just stay focused on me for a second.
You know what? I guess I could do that. Hey, what in the Hedora did you put around me?
Floored, Space Godzilla #2.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Hey, on second thought, I think I would like to get into the van now. Help me! Hey, think maybe we should go call somebody for help? Nah, this is probably for the better. Destroying the Red Man thinks that King of the Monsters is a better movie than Fallen Kingdom.
Listen up, Rangers, welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today we'll be going over the Playmates Godzilla Mr. Ed.
Oh.
Or you might know as Space Godzilla.
I don't know, it reminds me more of like the Gigan from a side profile on his face.
I think it's really remind you of Gigan because it's black. Which isn't Space Godzilla colors.
No.
Like, I don't know. Why is it not blue? I guess it saves money because like a lot of their figures are black to begin with, so they didn't have to buy as much paint.
And we're apologizing right now, guys. We solely bought this for views. Few views that it might get.
Just thought it would look unique. Like, he's been sitting around a while at the store, so I was like, I guess we got nothing else to do. Can't order anything from Japan currently, so we're kind of limited.
Limited to what we can review.
So, Space Godzilla 1. I can honestly say I'm not looking forward to going over this thing. Because it was like, I had options too. Like, there's like 4 of these things on the shelf, and none of them were good. At least in terms of, we'll get into it here in a bit.
Ugh. Yeah, there's issues with
like one thing I got to remember is this is only like $12.
Yeah.
Like it's fairly inexpensive vinyl, and it's meant for kids. So I got to think of it like that. It's not a collectible, but I do have some gripes. But anyways, without further ado, for its packaging, you have the Godzilla here on the front. Tells you what kaiju it is. Godzilla on the side here. Playmates ages 4 and up. Key thing here. But you have the Godzilla 2000 in the back here, the Bandai version. With Godzilla here. Back of the package just shows some of the other ones. I still haven't really been able to really see a Destroyer. The only one I really feel like that was worth picking up out of the lot here, though, was the Gigan. Collectible wise, because it's like the closest one looking to like a Bandai vinyl.
Yeah, at least it's like semi-accurate.
The only thing I liked about the Destroyer is the way they had the wings set up.
Well, I haven't seen Destroyer, though.
Like, I saw it once, but Shin was the one I was focusing on there. Because kind of the same logic as with the Space Godzilla here. So stuff on the bottom here with some legal mumbo jumbo and then cardboard on the bottom. Anyways, let's get him open up out of its cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got Space Godzilla open up out of his cardboard prison, first and foremost, you're going to have to attach the tail. Which hopefully... Oh.
Whoa.
Alright, let's try this again. There we go.
Whoa, his tail looks weird. Did you put that? No, it's right.
No, that is 100% right. You can see it's got the ridges on the bottom. So a little bit on the tough side, but outside of that, I like that it's flat. Like there's literally no character to that tail whatsoever.
No.
Outside, it's got like a little bit of a wave to it, but it's just like typical like 1960s dinosaur where it's just dragging on the ground.
All right, so I got a few questions. One, was the Space Godzilla dorsal spines white?
Yes, they were usually on figures anyways because they were crystals, so like the white's pretty accurate.
I'm talking about the ones in the back like that.
Yeah,
like that bad, predominant.
Look, look. Do you think for $12 they're gonna give you like shading on this?
Yeah,
some extra detailing. I don't think so.
Some blackness on there or something.
Probably more blue. I think like a blue base with like a white frost to it, and I think that's how the Bandai vinyl was done. Would have looked great. My concern is like majority of the tail is just black.
Like,
But you get like a little bit of white here at the tip of the tail for the crystal here, and then like
Did we run out of white color, or I mean,
right, and then it's just like look, it's like even sprayed just on the back of the actual Godzilla figure.
hey, at least they painted a crown right, I guess.
Sort of. Then moving in for a closer look at Space Godzilla's details, head sculpt is
Yeah, really?
like-
That's all, Steve.
It looks like it looks like Space Godzilla if you would take all the paint off. Like I could believe it.
So one of the reasons why you should have bought this and you bought this is to redo the figure. See how you can make it better.
As a collectible, yes, for $12, I think this could make for like a cool little repaint job. Now, I don't think you should make it like 100% we're making this thing movie accurate and I'm going to have the best Space Godzilla ever. I think if you were going to buy this as a collector or customizer, you're going to buy this to kind of do like crazy color schemes with it.
Yeah.
Like I would buy this and make it look like a marmot.
Marmot Space
Which
Godzilla.
might be what I do with this thing. Because the nice thing is because it's a lot of hard plastic, the primer will stick to this really well.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Marmot Space Godzilla.
But the reasoning for that is just like the detailing on this thing is not very crisp. Like for the majority of these, they're essentially just rehashes of the Bandai vinyls we've already had.
Yeah.
And even like reuse of the molds. So like once you use the molds over and over again, it kind of degrades the amount of detail you get out of them. And on this thing, it definitely shows. Now, there is some slight differences because I don't remember the legs being back on the Bandai vinyl. I'll get it down for the comparisons, but he's like this one's kind of got like a walking gait to it, which I do like. I think it gives the character, like the figure, a little bit more character standing on your shelf.
Yeah.
Because like the foot's bending in the right direction too and everything. Now the Teal Dragon, I'm not as high on because like if you would have saw it in the movie, it kind of would have been going up a little bit.
Like Shin's tail?
Because well, you'd have like the wires underneath, so the tail should be doing something outside of just.
Well, maybe this
laying
is
on
part
the
of
ground?
the movie where the wires broke and the tail just fell down.
They just kind of gave up.
Yeah.
But I do like that Space Godzilla's got some beady little eyes, so it makes him look a little more menacing. You can definitely tell he's a villain. His teeth are one solid piece of plastic.
Which is the thing that bugs me the most.
Well, it's cool is like there's some like texture there to distinguish the teeth, but they were just like, nah, fudge it. Let's just stripe paint line. We're done. And that's kind of the Mr. Ed aspect of this figure. But you do got the two little teeth on the side of the mouth here too. You got some yellow here for the crest. One thing that sucks about these figures is because they are fully exposed from out inside the box. So the entire time they're shipping, there's nothing really protecting these.
A lot of them have damage.
Yeah, like this one's got scuffs here. The crystals here are scuffed pretty bad. Like it looks like I played with this thing for a little bit, and I literally, as you guys saw, just got it out of the box. Which kind of sucks, especially again for collecting purposes, and even for play value, because I know when I was younger, when my figures started getting super damaged, I didn't really want to play with them anymore.
No, because it kind of loses finesse once you like scrape the paint off of them.
Yeah, and then it's also just like I don't want to damage it. Like for me when I was younger, I didn't want to damage them anymore. Now for like little kids, they probably like you just don't care. So you just smash this thing repeatedly and call it a day.
Well, once it got damaged, it didn't matter anymore. You can damage the shit out of it after that. You can throw it around, do whatever. But then once too much damage and you start peeling the paint off of it, it's like it's not the same figure anymore.
Yeah, so like I don't know, going into like middle school, Steve would have stopped playing with this thing once it started to get scuffed up. 4-year-old Steve wouldn't have gave a damn about it.
And that's what this targeting is.
Yeah, and again, kind of works in favor of that, especially with it being the hard plastic. It's not going to really... It'll take some abuse, which is nice. For the stomach region here, it's just done in a solid red. With some black here for the rest of the body here. Get a little bit of a frost color for the claws here. But nothing too crazy. Same with the claws on the toes here. And yeah, that's about it. Like, not the crispest detailing, and the paint job super duper sloppy. But plastic quality wise, I still think this seems pretty good for taking some abuse, which again kind of gears this thing towards a younger audience, which is what this is made for. So it being geared towards us is fairly irrelevant. Like, it would be nice if it could cater to both, but for the price point, I feel like you had to pick a side, and they sure did. For its articulation, head can rotate all the way around. Arm,
A little bit wiggle.
little wiggle.
I think the crystals
That-
definitely getting away.
Yeah, the crystals don't help it at all. Its legs can go a little bit forward and back. Sorry, this leg can go forward and back. This leg,
Whoa, really?
that ain't going. The feet can rotate all the way around. No, so that's kind of.
Whoa! Really? Only one leg moves? No way.
I'll hand it to you in a second. The tail doesn't rotate here, but it does rotate where you connect it, so that's something.
Does the crown on the top of the tail move? The tip?
No.
Alright, so for some quick comparisons here, we have the Playmates Space Godzilla compared next to some Bandai Vinyl Godzilla figures with Space Godzilla and Mogira. Which I do want to state, this is actually a different mold than this one. Which, initially looking at it, I thought they were the same, but there's actually differences. It's taller, the legs in a different position, the arms are posed, like the way it's assembled is the same, but even like the tail is different on this, so yeah. Somebody invested time into that sculpt, and it scares me. Then here he is with some Playmates Godzilla figures. Well, Godzilla and Kong figures. With Kong from Skull Island and the Shin Godzilla. And here he is next to some NECA Godzilla figures with 1964 Godzilla and 1962 Godzilla. And here he is with some SH Monsters figures with the original release Godzilla and Little Godzilla. And finally here he is with the SH Monsters Space Godzilla, which I don't understand how his crystals get damaged when he sits in a display case all day, every day. Like, barely get this darn thing on. It's still got like a scuff there on one of the other ones. And then the Bandai's Complete Works Godzilla diorama from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. So overall for the Playmate Space Godzilla, this thing is hideous.
It's cabbage muff.
For collectors, I would avoid this thing as much as possible. Just get, if you want to get something fairly inexpensive, the Bandai vinyl is still not out of the realm of possibility, because I think you can get them for like $20-$30 without the tag. Granted, you gotta float in the same boat where finding one without any scuffs on it's a little bit difficult.
But now, you want to learn how to start painting and do stuff like Steve does? This is your starter pack, peeps, right here.
Yeah, it's, like I said, for customizing, I think this is an interesting figure. It's the same with the Shin Godzilla that I got. Like, at some point I plan on repainting them, but
It don't matter what
When
you
I
do
get
to
to
these
it.
guys. They're only $12.
now for kids, like you got like a young kid, like ages 4 and 5, and like they're starting to get into Godzilla and they want something to play with. This is definitely something nice for them, though.
Yeah.
Granted, I know as a kid it would have bugged me that it wouldn't have been the right color scheme, but
Not everyone's Steve at that
But
age.
yeah, I was like, I gotta. Not everybody's like me. So if you got some young ones around the house that are into Godzilla, I'd recommend getting it for them. But outside of that, this thing would be a hard pass.
Yeah, definitely. Ugh.
What do you guys think? Have you guys picked up the Space Godzilla? What's your favorite Space Godzilla figure? Or is Gigan?
Yeah.
No, doesn't really go in the same boat.
Destroyer?
Think of space monsters that are kind of crystal related, and nothing's popping into my head anymore.
No, I got nothing.
Let us know in the comment section below, and to help us defeat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.